I finally got a new pump. I ordered one before Christmas, but Amazon didn't deliver, so I had to cancel it. Got this off-brand Wasserman. It's 5 gallons a minute, so that's 300 gallons an hour, and it's about 5.5 psi. Hooked it up. So far so good. All the connections fit, and here we go. And that is so much quieter. Takes a little bit to prime it, but then it starts flowing. There we go. It's working good now. Be able to recirculate this hot tub and keep it warm. It does seem like I have a little air pocket, but it's catching up, I think. I wonder if that filter I got down below has an air pocket in it causing this thing down here. It does look like there's a little air pocket. You probably can't see it from the camera. I wonder if I tilt that up, if that will help. I'm going to try that. Well, tilting that filter up didn't seem to help. I don't think I'm getting air pockets from the intake. You probably can't see it, but I'm getting air from the heater on the outpour, or the outbound, the output. And this heater is leaking a little bit on this intake here. This heater is a couple years old, and it was a cheapy Gasland. I mean, Gasland's decent. It's just an off-brand of Camp Lux, which I think they're all made by the same company. I'm not going to worry about getting a new heater yet, because this is at least working and it's pumping water. The other one was not pumping water at all. It was just dead. But the flow's a little weird. But it's good enough. Figured out the problem. The problem was not the pump. The problem was the original hose. I think there's a break somewhere in the hose. I pulled it out from under the deck, ran a new piece of hose, just kind of running it right into the hot tub for now. And with the new hose, this pump works excellent, to the point where the pump actually starts to turn off with its pressure switch if I reduce the flow, which is what I was expecting. But when I hook back up the original hose, I still get the weird flow and cavitation coming off this thing. So there we go. There's the solution. So now I got to run the new hose under there, and we're good to go. And we're in a nice flowing recirculating hot tub. And I got it on full heat, medium flow. It's a little warm. Let's turn that down. Give that a second to pump some of that water through. Still a little warm, but the whole goal is not to keep this thing running at all times. To heat it up, sit there and enjoy it, kick it back on when you need to warm it back up, turn it back off with that lady who shall remain nameless. And I can tell her to turn it on, and I can tell her to turn it off. And yes, this hot tub is not holding water. It holds water enough, but it definitely does leak. I don't care. I learned from it. And the next one will be probably not made out of wood, but I will need to glass it. Okay, all hooked back up. I didn't actually mount it to the bottom of the deck, just kind of laying there on the ground, coming up through that little thing. And this pump is so much quieter. Even the first one, that Seaflow, when I had it, the thing was noisy. Happy as a clam. It works awesome, and that flow is great. Got it on medium flow on the heater, low heat. That water is perfect coming out of there. A little warm, but I bet you actually turn up the flow a little bit. Won't sit there in the heater as much. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, still a little warm. Let's crank up the flow on there. Whew, it's still warm. But that'll work. I'm happy. Alright, let's turn the pump off and fill this thing back up.